Hi, what's up in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Cranky Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you're Stella. And I hope you're in a neat little bunch. What's up? It is Tuesday, the 9th of January 2024. And I am supposed to be working out by now because it's like 20:25. Well, I'm supposed to be setting up, but I don't know. I think I might not work out because I just want to get my hair in a style that's gonna stick around for another 3 weeks. This is what I washed it in, you guys. It's clean. I told you guys yesterday that I washed it, so I am going to be doing my hair as I progress over here. But like, this is what Under Heaven healthy hair looks like. Man, what you're looking at over there is product. Like, there's still some product. I did the greenhouse method overnight. Anywho, anyhow, what's up? Let's just put some caveats out there. I may or may not be wearing application makeup. If I am, you're gonna see it bouncing up and down off my face. So don't be perturbed. It's an app, it's not the real deal, so my face is not falling off. Secondly, my captions, they're not always accurate. This is my hair product that I made the other day that I'm gonna be using to detangle. Type establishment thing, not that I need to apply this, but I don't think I'll be needing to detangle too hectically. If I do this every 3 weeks, I'll be good. I'm just redoing the twists and putting them back in just as they were. Anyway, yeah, what else? I spoke about captions. Did I make mention of the fact that I'm using an app for makeup? Yeah, no, my captions, I didn't mention them. My captions are not always accurate. I washed my hair in the States, by the way. My captions are not always accurate, so just look out for them. That's what's good. Have a look out for that. I don't have an editor. I don't have time to edit them either. So we just keep them there because they're cute. That's what's good. Anyway, let's just get straight into the gist of the message. Today I'm not going to be blushing my cheeks because I can't be handling my face with all this product all up in my grill. I was supposed to get a hairspray, wasn't I? But I'm not in the mood. Like, my hair has already been moisturized. At this point, I'm just using a cream. That's it. Yo, you know what? Like, just the level of defeatism around me and persecution and insistence. Like, I just keep dreaming about the same stuff. And last night I had like this horrible, ugly dream where it is that I was back with my ex-boyfriend again, and this thing with my ex, it's an actual desire by him and an actual intent. I don't know what's going on there. Like, you know, my ex-boyfriend has always been so crazy. He's always been irrational somewhat to a certain extent. Like, yeah, and it appears that has never really changed. Like, this cannot work. Like, anyway, whatever. Like, what under heaven would make you want a person back that you broke so much? But anyway, I just keep getting these dreams, and for me it's like, God, how long are you gonna keep letting these people carry on with their spells on me? Their sorcery, you know, my hair is just so frustrating. I don't know how to deal with it, y'all. Like, I proper do not know how to deal with this hair. I don't want to do smaller twists. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't. So I guess let's just leave this situation as it is. Or do something less many-fold. Like, just less stuff on top and just, like, leave the hair. I can't really say that it's tangled. It's just, I don't know. It's not matted either. It's a lot on my head. And anyway, whatever. Yeah, look, all this attempt to return to a person that you have utterly shattered, destroyed, and devastated by everybody. Like, y'all, it's evidence of the fact that what you did was messed up. It was wrong. You don't qualify as a victim of witchcraft if in and of yourself you've used witchcraft. You do not qualify. My ex-boyfriend did not single-handedly end our relationship. He was helped along by lots of his friends, lots of some of his family members even, who sabotaged what was going on with us. He was helped along by some of my friends even, right? Like, just a lot of jealousy rolling around all over the show, ending a relationship. But you cease to be a victim on the day when you then also partake in sorcery to basically avenge yourself or to get a person back into your space that does not make sense to be in your space. You don't just get to bring people back and then claim, because that's what I see in my dreams. I see him claiming that we were broken up by the calloused nature of people and the indiscretion of people who could not care less for our relationship, or not so much could not care less, but who were envious. And my thing about that is, you ceased being a victim on the day when you also afflicted me with that stuff. Like, the Lord awards everybody self-control, guys. The Lord rewards everybody with self-control. He awards everybody with self-control, whether or not you're born again. And if at all you don't exercise that self-control, you don't get to claim that you've been done dirty. Like, proper, I was able to exercise self-control. Did I go mina yo tagat because I was hurt? No, right? So I'm a true victim. I'm a true victim of sorcery because I've never cursed anyone. I've never cursed anyone. I never took my frustrations out on any single human being on the earth. And so for those reasons, every single body out here in these streets, do you see how beneficial it is to wash your hair in braids, guys? To wash your hair in plaits. I actually need to, what do you call this? Like, my scalp is like proper itchy. Anyway, whatever. It's because of all of this manipulation. My scalp is happier when I just leave it, guys, but I can't just not moisturize, if you know what I mean. I need something, these things at the back. Oh no, my hands are already grubby. I don't want to touch my bed linen with them. This is not sharp enough, but it'll do. Anyway, yeah, no, look, you don't qualify, guys, as what I'm unraveling back there, just in case you were wondering. It's tiny little braids that I've done to protect my nape, because my nape keeps on getting shorter and shorter because of it rubbing against tuku. So this, I believe, is effective. It could be, it likely is. If anything, I feel like I've seen it growing out my nape. So I'm unraveling it so that I can just redo it. Now, right in front of you guys, I want a simple hairstyle. You guys, something that I can keep for 3 weeks at a go. Then we've got something that works for us, right? Yeah. I washed my hair in these twists, right? And while some of them did unravel while I washed my hair, it's largely detangled, so it works out, right? And it's 3 weeks ago since I last did anything on my head, touched it. Irresponsible. I should have moisturized every single week, but I didn't. I didn't even, yeah. Anyway, whatever, and it's working out for me. Yeah, I feel like even my nape is coming back. Yeah, guys, no, you're only a victim if and only if you've not hurt anybody. Otherwise, on that day, you basically relinquish your status as a victim. You relinquish it. My ex-boyfriend, Joe, he's always just been so namby-pamby with pain. Like, he's always just been so namby-pamby. And he would constantly pull at my heartstrings whenever I would want to go, whenever I would want to leave. And then he would be in so much pain. And all I could think in that state was, but why do you keep messing up? Like, if at all me leaving makes you so namby-pamby, if at all me leaving makes you such a little wuss, why under heaven do you keep doing that which makes me leave? Like, why don't you just correct the status quo? Because it's not like I don't want to be here. It's not like I'm funugubalana. It's not like I am held against my will in this relationship, for crying out loud. I, just like you, wanted this. So, if at all you ifuna this badly, this thing, why don't you get your act together? He had so many chances. So many chances. And you do not get to say, lazy, they broke us up. When you did nothing to make sure that, nothing touches this. You did nothing to ensure that MC Hammer don't touch this relationship. Whether this relationship becomes like Hammer. Come on, man. There's a much thinner needle than this that I am currently not able to locate. Why can't I locate it? Where did I put it? Echo guy, was it on my head? Is it on my head? I don't know. Yeah, look, I am scratching. Like, that's what's happening. Like, my head is itchy. Just deal. You do not get to claim yourself a victim. Like, South Africa is full of witches. Black people, sabotage. Black people love to sabotage everybody's everything. They love to sabotage everybody's everything. So, if you're a black person and you're in a relationship, for crying out loud, and stop fornicating. And then seal your relationship with the blood of Christ. Because these people actually in these streets abena self-control. Labantu abena respect. They don't want to see anybody happy. They don't want to see you smiling. They don't want to see you enjoy your marriage. They don't want to see you enjoy anything. They're destructive, guys. Black people are destructive. I would know I'm black. They're destructive. And I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. That's why we're crackling apart. That's why we're falling apart as a people. It appears to be over, ngati. Now we can't come up for air, we can't catch a break type establishment thing. And the only reason why that's the case is because like there's nobody out here trying to protect themselves the right way. You want to protect yourself with witches and witch doctors. You want to protect yourselves. It's not gonna work. Break up ever, divorce ever. You're going to just constantly keep on losing zonki zinto. You are gonna buy a house, and in 4 years you're gonna have to sell it lest it should get repossessed, because somebody's gonna come up against that thing if you don't give impilo zenu to God. Like, that's the thing. Right now you're not saved. You're not born again because you are mixing. You are mixing. Abantu abamnyama. It's unfortunate. It's a sad case. It's a sad story. But black people don't want to see black people happy. I don't know what's up. They don't attack abanye abantu ngaphandlela. Rarely anyway. Ba attackana each other. They slap each other nyemiti. They hit each other's marriages. They hit each other's relationship. No many jola. Like abafuna ukubona injabulo. My ex and I, when we started dating, we didn't have much. Both of us, both worked in call centers. Not much really. We were both in our 20s. I was in my early 20s. He was in his mid. And it was a regular couple. Like, not much. It's not, we weren't flexing. There was nothing that we were flexing or flashing. We just had lots of love, and that's all that we needed. It was just love. That was it. Like, yeah. It's not like he was a guy ngoba he had money or flasher or go the best clubs and parties. Nah, we were I can't say low income couple, but we were just getting by, man. There was nothing flasher. That's what I'm getting at. There was nothing elaborate and expensive and hectic, like financially, like in terms of lifestyle, lifestyle. There was nothing hectic in terms of lifestyle because we were both on the come up, and none of us had cars. None of us had, high paying jobs. Nothing intense, just regular young people that decided to jola. But despite that regularness, and with his boys having more than him, my ex was a little bit slow when it comes to career, finances, and whatnot. To build himself. And that's one of the things that used to frustrate the living daylights out of me, because once I came in, I was like, that's gotta change. Like, you gotta grow. Like, we can't just stay stagnant in one spot. And we were working on our lives and our future, of course, as a secular couple, lost in the world. So we were not thinking about Jesus. We weren't thinking about God and pleasing him. See what I mean, guys? This is a detangled. Like, Aguna, and I watched it in my twists. Like, it's totally worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, this ex-boyfriend of mine, megunjenjalo. I think this might actually be my routine, where it is that I wash my hair and then I come here discuss, and while I'm discussing whatever I'm discussing, just put it back in some twists again, and then leave them in for like 3 weeks, wash my hair in those twists, and then it's just like a thing that I will do for however long it takes for me to get my hair to where I want it to get. If the Lord does not rapture the body of Christ, we still want lots of hair. We still want waist length hair. We still want kicking it hair. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Black. Yeah, we were just a regular couple, but not even regular. We were just driving. We didn't have much. Okay, I have to just highlight that. We did not have much. Essentially, there was nothing enviable by the standards of this world about us. There was nothing you would want if you were materialistic about us. Messing in a moto, we were hustling, because we both stayed at home with our parents. We used to hustle getting dirty. Y'all know fornication is a thing in the world. There was this thing that we used to do, bid to stay with the town lodge group, that group of hotels. You could get like a hard knock discount on the weekends and also if you bid to stay like well in advance, you could end up paying almost half, if not half, the price for staying. So we would book literally months in advance to be there like almost every weekend, because we did not have our own places, but we wanted to fornicate. So that's how we used to basically connect in that regard and spend the whole weekend there, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday we'd go there, we'd go to work from there, and we got discounts like hard knock discounts, bidding to stay at the town lodge, blah blah. We largely went to the one there close to MTN, even before I started working for MTN. What is this? Because I don't know, it was just in my hood. That's why it was in my neighborhood. I was the one that lived in this Roodepoort area. He, however, lived in the south of Joburg, so he would come to my hood, and what have you. And that's how we did our relationship until such time that I guess we got an apartment. I got an apartment. We got an apartment. My mom wreaked havoc in my life, kicked me out of home, and the two of us decided to stay together. It didn't work out. Ultimately, had to go back home again, blah blah. Then we went back to bid to staying, blah blah, all that jazz. But that relationship was running on the engine of nothing but we're young and in love, and that's it. And we're gonna push each other's agenda, even though we don't have much. And his friends had more than us, right? Like the guys, they were more able to basically provide for the Medizabona. They were more able to do all these things that men are expected to do for women because they were more financially, strong than my ex. So his girlfriends basically had better experiences, I would imagine, than, or at least ought have, than me, because their boyfriends had apartments of their own. They had their own places. They did not stay with their parents. They were guys with homes, with their own apartments, because they were doing well in comparison to my ex. That way, nothing, but I was happy to grow with him, for the two of us to grow. So these women did not have to struggle with bid to staying. They did not have to struggle with where they're gonna fornicate, off. They did not have to worry about checking out of a hotel by a certain time. Like when we would go town lodge, whenever we would check out on the Sunday instead of the Monday, for whatever reason, usually we checked out on the Monday. Hey, Joe, we would drag it until they called us on the phone on some, you gotta leave because, there's gonna, you've pretty much overstayed your welcome. Unless you want to extend your stay, you gotta come to the front desk and pay, or you gotta go. Yeah, so we would basically push it until we essentially got kicked out. That's how we used to do that whole life thing. Whereas these chickies that dated his boys, these women that dated his friends, did not have to struggle with any such thing. They did not have to struggle with having to check out real quick because they were at the boyfriend's house, and that's where the guy, she could be there. Nobody's kicking anybody out when she goes home. It's because she wants to go home, type thing. And despite having so much more than us, it appears there was lots and lots and lots of covetousness, envy. And for me, it was at the time I didn't know, because you can't tell it. You can't pick it up. You don't know when people banomona, that's very destructive. You don't until the mona slaps you. Until it jealousy yakona iyan lanza type thing. Until it disses the living daylights out of you type establishment thing. So my ex and I were, like I said, pretty much in the dark, in the pitch of night. Alright, we were in the pitch of night, in the black of night, concerning sentiment by people around us. We thought that there was not much to write home about Karona. We were just humility. I'm already sure if that's the right word to use, but we were humble financially. We came from humble beginnings. That's what's good. I was 22, he was 26. Humble beginnings. And it appeared that there was a lot of envy, lots and lots of covetousness over our relationship because we were in love. Turns out that things matter in life. Literally, Pina Elea, India Ari. It's the little things and the joy they bring. Na, 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 na. It's the little things. We didn't have anything, but we were tight. Like somnganga somtsomparang bogat. We were very close. We spent all day, every day waking together if we could. Given that we guys, my hair's it's like an electric strike. I'm sorry, it grows so fast. Do y'all see what I see? Are y'all making an observation of what I'm making an observation of? Where was it last time? I don't know where this hair was at last time, but I think it's grown. I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all imagining? Bra strap? Is this bra strap? Does this qualify as bra strap? Yeah, guys, this is where my hair is at. Like, yo, what is this? Is this bra strap? Bra strap? Is this bra strap? Bra strap ne? Or boob? Angazi, what do they call it? But my hair is past a certain point. Like, amen, I guess. Thank you, Jess. So I'm getting there. Nyafigada, guys. I'm going there. Hanyane hanyane gida. Like a bear. Like what? Anyway, whatever. Right. My ex-boyfriend and I did not have much. Alright? We did not have much to write home about. I want a hairstyle that I'm going to be able to moisturize in a protective style, in its protected state. I want that. So I'm thinking like 2 layers, 2 like, yeah, anyway, whatever. So yeah, we were tight, like we were very close. We spent all of our time together when we could, given that we lived at home with parents and what have you. Missing in what do you call this? We could only see each other like on weekends and stuff, and we spent every waking moment together, and we also were always on the phone. Like, we were always on the phone, always texting all day long. And whenever we were together, there were a lot of PDAs, like public displays of affection. But one time we actually got rebuked by where it is that I was working, because he had come to see me, seeing as he used to work close to where I used to work. No, that was not planned. It just so happened to be that way. Yeah, he used to work somewhere close, so he one time came to bring my lunch, because we used to make lunch for each other. I would make it at home. We would exchange week on week, like every week we would swap who makes lunch and what have you, type establishment thing. We even bought the kaftinze special for that, like, yeah, proper. Anyway, whatever. So he was coming to drop off my lunch, and we were like making out like hard knock outside of the offices where it is that I worked, and some woman came out on some, please, this is not the place for that. This is a professional environment. This is an office building. Go somewhere else to do this, or please don't. Yeah, whatever. We've just basically got rebuked. It was like very embarrassing, but it was like that from the very get-go with us, with these like PDAs, if you know what I mean. From the very beginning, it was like that. And Messinjalo around everything and everyone, like there was nowhere where we were not like that. In front of everyone, our friends, you know, maybe family, maybe not so much family, because black parents. Okay, so we were not PDAing in front of his parents and whatnot, but we definitely were in front of friends and what have you. Man, I'm frustrated. I'm busy with my hair, cat. Don't you see that? Anyway, we were like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Full of affection for each other, type thing. We were very hectic with that. And it never stopped. Like we were together for almost 5 years, and it never fizzled out. It's not like it was what do you call that thing? Honeymoon phase. It was not like a honeymoon phase thing where we were PDAing because since we shaka each other, sisaseba to each other, and so obviously we're gonna be snorkeling all over the show. We were like that for the entire time. We were very close, we were very affectionate, and we basically worked to make our relationship convenient, given that that's such a strong word. We just did not have as much as everybody else. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, and we worked on it. We were actually close. And another thing that happened with my ex-boyfriend, when what do you call this? How many of these am I doing? Like, proper, I need to be able to have space and freedom to do whatever I want to do. We're doing twists, but they're gonna be like low-key chunky, because anything other than chunk is not gonna work given my time restrictions, my limitations. Yeah, what's this? I can feel it's a guy. You see, now I'm distracted because I guess maybe it's because I'm doing my hair. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, we were tight from the very beginning. Oh yeah, we worked on our relationship. And yes, in the beginning of our relationship, when we first started dating, like, you know, Pina Ilea, never thought I'd fall for you and as hard as I did. Is it Carrie Hilson and Neo? You know how he says somewhere that I used to be commander-in-chief with my something flying high till I met this pretty little miss, blah blah. Basically, he's talking about how it is that he used to just be a guy running his own show. Like, he was just cool, and then he met a chick, and then he tells his boys, nah, it's cool, y'all go ahead, think I'm gonna kick it with my girl today. That's how my ex was. He basically ditched his friends for me. He ditched abangani bakhe for me because he wanted to hang out with me rather. He chose me rather instead of his boys. And that is something that can cause women to be very envious, because men are incredibly selfish when they start dating women, and they're full of reverse psychology. That's just another thing, reverse psychology. Like, these men out here in these streets thoroughly not trying to let a woman know that they love her, or not trying to toot her horn or whatever. They're not trying to make her feel too special. And don't nobody know what that's about, because if it's a woman you like, why are you not being open with what's happening in your heart for her? Type establishment thing. Yeah, anyway, whatever. I never struggled with that arrogance with my ex-boyfriend. I never struggled even in the slightest with him withholding affection, withholding compliments, withholding whatever. I never had that problem. And he was also happy to do this in front of everybody. So he was like, I was like Simba the lion cub, and Mustafa putting me on a mountaintop on some woo, 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 showing the whole world that, yo, a baby's been born. But instead of it being a baby, it's like, yo, I got a girl, right? And he was like that with me on that whole Simba the lion tip, happy to just flash me everywhere. So for those reasons, I believe some people developed hostilities. Women coveted that because, like I said, these guys are in these streets thoroughly not trying, even in the slightest, to show women they love them. They withhold affection. They think it's a curse to put your heart on your sleeve, to play hearts, like cards on the table, and I'm showing hearts like John Legend in All of Me Now, All of You, Curves and Edges, whatever. Yeah, he was showing hearts, risking it all, though it's hard. That's how it used to be, and I was very glad with that. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Frankly, hey guys, like, I was just happy. I was good. This thing lasted 6 months. This, like, honeymoon phase where y'all go ahead, think I'm gonna kick it with my girl today. In the beginning, it was swimmingly going its way. It was 100% wonderful. And this dude was ditching his boys for me. That's why his mother liked me so much. It's like I tamed her son. It's like something in him got tamed by me. And because of the taming, I was now highly regarded by abantu bagibo. I got a tangle in here, and then that guy's thinking I don't even know why it's tangled. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't have time for this. Like, everything that everybody is out here willing to endure in the natural hair community, I'm not that girl, but I want my hair to grow. But like, what's with that tangle? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, his mother liked me because she noticed that he was home a lot more. He stayed at home with his parents, but despite not having his own apartment, he was just easier. Even Gibo, like, his mother noticed that he, during the week and even on weekends, like close to weekends, like Aboma Thursday, so type thing, he was always out, mekahlala phumile, angekho endlini, doing whatever out there as a young man, jiva, all that jazz. Yeah, and then we started dating, and he was like always home. He came home, like he was just coming home. He was blooming endlini instead of going out with the guys, even if he was not coming to see me. He did not have his own car and whatnot, and but even though he essentially, it's not like I would have noticed if he was not home, because I was living at home nami with my own mom. So if at all he comes home on Thursday and stays home, it's not like I wouldn't feel that he's not home, because we were not living together. Neither did he have his own apartment such that I could be able to see him anytime, even during the week. But he still basically just chose not to be in the streets as much anymore because he had a girl. He just preferred to be home and be on the phone with me all night. And the mother liked that because she just felt like her son was a lot safer and a lot more stable, a lot more focused on like what's important. He started to gain weight. He started to look healthy. My ex also had a problem with drug use before we started dating, and I got him to stop. Like I told you guys that my influence in this guy's life was brief because something got to him. His mouth, because everybody's out here tongue wrestling when they jollering, you kiss. He was dry. His mouth was dry because he was always just taking dwellums. He was on drugs. Whatever drugs he was taking made his mouth dry. And after a couple of months of us dating, it wasn't dry anymore because he stopped using drugs because of me. So this was like a celebration in his family. Like, people were like, whoa, somebody's come to rescue this chick. What's up, Crancat? Are you not comfortable there? It's okay, fine. I'll remove the thing that's disquieting you. I thought you would lock it, but it turns out you don't. Ish, yazini. Everything is a mess now because I'm dealing with my hair. And, wow. Just, whoa. If you don't like this, we'll take it away. There we go. Because you're sitting on it and that yak disturb. So, ngisusile itawela idug ngisusile. Just be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, don't worry. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, this guy, what's this? His mother liked me because I sort of kind of subdued him. He started coming home. He preferred to hang out with me, and because he preferred to hang out with me, that became a problem, it appears, to some people out here in these streets. It became an issue to his friends. It became, and I mean, the guy's like, what, I'm 22, he's 26, so it's not like when I'm 18. 26 is when people get married out here in the streets, isn't it, guys? 26, 27, that's when guys are out here trying to pop the question. So when a guy finds a woman that basically subdues him, and the little firecracker is no longer twanzaring, has he not? Like he's handled, he's basically found the thing. All over the show, wreaking havoc in these streets. And then one day he meets a woman that makes him sit down. Everybody should have known at that stage ukuthi lo muntu is getting married. Everybody should have at that stage been like, this is bayachata namhlanje siyochatisa lana very soon, because nangu umuntu ublomile. A little firecracker that was unable to be stable is a blomendlini manje. So njengoma lo muntu ablomendlini kangaka, one of these days uzomchata ukarabo. One of these days, this guy's gonna get married, and his mother, his grandmother, largely, like just the women in his family, they liked me for that reason, because I subdued a beast and I got him off drugs. I didn't get him off drugs. He got off drugs because he loved me. And I once lamented a whole bunch about some use of drugs, some New Year's Eve, because we met in the latter part of 2005 or 6, stand corrected. Back when Pina Elea, Justin Timberlake, and On I Can't Do My Love was all hectic. It was our favorite song. That year, that's when we met, okay? And that's when we started dating. We met about a year earlier from that date. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Yeah. When a person, December, he decided to go and take some drugs, thinking that I'm not gonna know, and he was acting funny. He couldn't make certain things work because of the fact that megatata amadwelems, and so I was like, utata amadwelems, is that why this is happening? And then he confessed, because he could never lie to me. And it nearly caused a breakup. I was like, Minangtan Lana, I'm sorry, I don't want to be with a guy that's a junkie. I don't want to go in your besuka in prison. Or worse, I don't want to go and attend the funeral. Your boyfriend. So if when you want to keep taking drugs, find some other chick that'll snuff lines with you. Find some other chick that'll be happy to swallow some pills with you, dude. But I'm not that girl. Minangfuni indota. I don't want a guy that does drugs. And because I nearly dumped him, I nearly walked out, he was like, whoa. And then he basically stopped. Okay, and so not only did he stop with drugs, he also chilled. Uplomile, he sat at Indlini, he chose Indlu, he chose Kochaye instead of Istrata. And in the very beginning, prior to basically him starting to change his behavior in Asendlin, he would even like be sitting in a corner at a party, alemofonu with me, rather than be part of the party. So music would be like in the background, and the dude would be chilling in one of his boys' cars, talking with me instead of being with the guys. And these are observations that were made by some friends of his, and they were like, Lona is warped, and we can't. This is not the kind of stuff that's gonna fly in our ecosystem. It's not gonna fly. We're not doing this. Asishi, like I said, this guy is like, what, 26? He's boys. His age, give or take, older by 3 years, give or take, younger by 3 years. But bonke, they all should be men that are supposed to be leaving their mothers and fathers' houses, cleaving to their wives, and the two becoming one flesh. But because black men, bathanda Moshi's kati to propose marriage to women, because black men love to get to 49 before they will propose marriage, because black men insist on turning 31st, because black men insist on dilly-dallying, walking us around in fields easy, dry and arid, with no marriage proposal in sight, they like to just date us for a very long time. All of these 25, 6, 7-year-old guys, 9, 10, 30, yeah, all of these friends of my ex were strangely not ready to get married, even though they were far more ready than my ex to get married. My ex did not have much. They had apartments, they had cars, they had moved out of their parents' houses. They were what would be termed independent men, ready to take wives. Okay? And these independent bros were strangely still kicking it with, you know, everything else but sobriety. It's not like a lot of the women that these friends of his were dating, I found them balloting. It's not like I was the first one to be matey or whatever. I found these guys with some pretty steady girlfriends. Some of them had been dating 2-3 years, and then Karabo comes into the picture. Yeah. So, seeing as they've been dating all this time, and then my ex then finally finds the thing that they had, they should have been like, yo boy, congra, yo boy, congra. But because they were immature, and they were not making their girlfriends honest, and on top of that, some of them nearly baby daddies. So I mean, more so, should you go out there with your chata boy, like, what are you doing? Some of them were baby daddies. Kodwa, they were the bane of Medizabo's existence. They were cheating all over the show. They were birds of a feather, they flock together. The Bible says bad company corrupts good character. They were cheating on these baby mamas. They were basically beating around the bush. Men that were working well and able to provide for wives chose to keep their middies just girlfriends. And my ex, he was in and out of relationships that were not quite stabilizing and what have you, because you see, women can be shallow. He didn't have much, and like my ex-boyfriend, when I met him, he couldn't even drive properly. I got him to a point of basically driver's license and then finally car. So when you're a guy like that, chicks will be like, I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. But when a man is that, what is considered to be weak in the sight of women, any guy that's a little bit stronger, that got a car, that got an apartment, if at all they start to holler at the sister, I know the chick is gonna be like, I'm sorry, we need to talk. It's not me, it's you. It's not you, it's me. And then next thing, ya break up or ya cheatwa. From what my ex told me, once we got together, a lot of his exes cheated on him with like guys that had a little bit more. One of them was even cheating on him with a guy that was not serious about her, but she wanted him to be serious about her, and he was a celebrity in this country. So she essentially had something more stable with my ex. Mara onanzali busy, le some dude getting speedy. Oh, I go bongo muffin. Yeah, at the time, at the height of his youth, I guess, as well. Unali busy got speedy, and my ex was trying to be his, her man, but this chick was all up and hung up on Speedy, and every time that my ex would try and basically fix this girl, get her act together, because uyamtanda, she would go back to Speedy. Like, like that kind of guy. Or chitwang, like the person who is the one that is being cheated on. He's the guy, but he's the one that's being cheated on by a woman, that is just a mess. Do you understand? But he keeps on letting her come back every time when the celebrity crush of hers disappoints her. Tlakula boy, you will get in molas. Anyway, whatever. So that did not quite happen. And so yeah, even the relationship that he was in prior to me, the way if it it was just so haphazard and sudden, and it's like nothing happened because of the fact that this chick was serious with him. Like when I was new with my ex, one of the middies of his boys didn't like me because she thought that he was cheating on that girl with me, because she had always seen her around. That's how haphazardly it ended. But that's just also how it is that this woman was prepared to just let him go. And the reason why she was prepared to just let him go was because when a guy does not have much at the age that my ex was at, he was 26, and you are a woman that's being shelled all over the show by guys that have more. What is this? Uzohamba, you're gonna leave because you're gonna feel like hi. You're cute, fine, whatever, and you're romantic, fine, whatever. Kodwa, I'm a woman and I got needs. And you're not able to fulfill them. So this chick, Uvelenje, like things just ended. Like, I don't even think anybody dumped anyone. One of those, we're not calling each other anymore. It's not serious anymore. Like, yeah. My ex told me that relationship had a pregnancy scare, like, because this chick thought she was pregnant, and that's the only thing that was still making them talk, the fact that she wasn't sure if she was pregnant or not. And once it was confirmed that she wasn't pregnant, they just broke up. They didn't even break up, like, it just fizzled away, because seriousness on the part especially of the chick. That's how my ex used to struggle. Kabasadi, it's like they liked him, but he just did not have enough. You know, women, yeah, banjalo, you know how women are. Like, the romantic guy that buys flowers and does everything right in all the other areas of a relationship, he's good at everything except making money. That was my he was good at everything, like everything except that. He was a really great boyfriend, just not one that could super provide for a woman. And abafaz bathanda imali. Women love money. My boyfriend was good at keeping in touch. He was good at making you feel special. He was romantic. He was the flower chocolate buying type. He was the, if he had his own coming out, he would even come as okcheka, like gaitringelang type thing. Yeah. And another, I was happy with that. I wanted that. That for me was like, yo, I langzo pumula. Here I'm gonna rest. All of these random dudes lam katwen aba busy all over the show. Yo, they keep on like 2 seconds from today. They'll bring you HIV. They will also like call you after 2 days. Or they'll call you up wondering where's this guy all day long. No romantic, no romancing at all. No attention. And on top of that, once you've spent a day with him, 2 days in his apartment, he's gonna feel, you know, like claustrophobic. Like your presence, you gotta go home now. Like, yeah, I mean, I wanted somebody that wanted my company that much. I wanted somebody that wanted to spend every waking moment with me. The Bible says a man must leave his mother, father, brother, sister. Okay, I wanted to say his mother and father's house and cleave to his wife, and the two become one flesh. So basically you spend all your time together with your husband. So the man that is to be your husband, you ought to be able to gauge that you can spend all that time together. And some of these guys, like I had an ex, I had exes in the past that I really liked, but that just didn't want to spend all that much time with me on the phone. They did not want to. It's like you know, my body heat was exasperating them. They did not want to spend all day with me. They didn't want ever to thank you, ma'am, hit it and quit it. Is that what we're doing, Maraumedi? Uzokbona next time. And 2 hours after you do the dirty, you gotta go home? Yes, like it. I was tired of all of that shallowness, and I had a pleasant surprise in this guy because he was chill. Okay, the last guy that I was with was also chill, but he was in the closet. Like, he was a friend. he was more like a best friend. I told you guys that I dated a closet homosexual. So he was able to spend all his time with me, but that's only because he was like a girl. He was gay. Yeah. The guy that I dated before him mega gay. In the worst way. I dated a gay guy once, guys. Homosexual. That's what's good. Yeah, ka voice and everything, little mannerisms. Angazi ukuthi mengenzanda uzolimala Karabo. Anyway, whatever. That closet homosexual was able to spend all his time with me because, like I said, he was gay, and gay guys love the company of women. So he was able to hang out with me. Unanketa limi riri anta di braid staka adi khutlisa back. Yeah, that's how that guy used to be. And it was refreshing, and I guess that's why I stayed with him for 8 months. But afterwards I was like, and he went and impregnated some other woman too. It's like, what? Dude, it's like he was trying to prove that he's a man or something. I don't know, like that he's manly. I could say that he's not gay, like Somizi making a baby no palesa or something, angazi. And for me that was like my cue to leave. I wasn't in love. I was always looking out for something else because I didn't want to be with a closet homosexual. And I low-key knew that this guy was in the closet. I knew it, but I was still with him. It did not last, but all the other guys that I had been with that were straight, and then they like, who in the world, who does not enjoy my company? Guys, I'm so much fun. Hey, then again, my personality hasn't always been like this, but if I got used to a person, I became like this, right? So like, what, like, what, yo, like, am I not fun? My boyfriends made me feeling out to me na Kenya, guys that I loved, waiting lovey, guys that I had such strong feelings for, they wanted the date to end at some point with me. They were not latching on to me for dear life on some, do we have to leave? And that's how it was with my ex. Like, especially during the days when, during the days when I didn't have my own apartment. We didn't basically have somewhere to, get down and what have you. Hey, that was hard, y'all. It was so hard. Like, yeah, like I said, we used to book into hotels and separate only on Monday morning to go to work. That was the only thing that separated us. Now, we still see each other at lunch. We saw each other every day. When I was still working in the same neighborhood as him, we used to see each other every day at lunch, and then he would walk me to school. Wits University. I used to do part-time there type thing. He would walk me to school type establishment thing, and then only go and take taxis himself to go back home and what have you. Yeah, it was a very, very close relationship. It was extremely close and I enjoyed it. He was literally my best friend at the time. I spent all my time with this guy. All my time, and all of his boys, like I said, maybe Kenya they were bored. They just couldn't, hang too long. And I remember there was this one time when we were speaking about flower buying with one of his boys' middies. And this chick was like, I want flowers, and this guy, his friend, one of my ex's best friends, was like, I mean, I'm not that type, I'm not the sappy kind of tenga, I'm a plomo. And I looked at him also, you're saying that I'm fond of my boyfriend, and my boyfriend buys flowers, so are you basically trying to tell your boy that he's sappy? Why do you tell them in together, the private, when the two of you are like in private, what do you say? Boy, you're too whipped, what's going, like, you literally went and told your girlfriend that you're not the type to be sappy, your tenga, I'm a plomo, in front of a guy that's always buying flowers for his girl. Yeah, he might as well have indirectly hinted to me that he disapproves of my ex's romantic streak. Anyway, whatever, but I wanted that. I was glad with that. He was attentive. We used to talk all day, every day. He never got bored with me. We had PDAs, public displays of affection, even on email. If we were group chatting with friends, we would annoy everyone with emojis and whatnot that we would send to each other in the group chat. That's how it was, and that's how our relationship, I guess, portrayed to the world. Yeah, one time my cousin even said that, Labora, you make my tooth ache, something along the lines of, it's too sweet type thing. That's how we were, and stuff like that. People claim it ain't much. People act as if though I properly whatever, it's nothing. Like the way that this world exchanges lerato for rubbish, the way that this world trades in lerato for rubbish, like love for rubbish, like things, material possessions. Like I told you guys that my ex-boyfriend was good at everything, like everything. He was attentive in every regard, like except financial, like because he couldn't. That's the thing, because he didn't have much, right? Not even because he did not want to, but just because he could not. And what have you, he was just emotionally present. He did not withhold affection. You know that rubbish is along with black men where they don't even want to tell you they love you. Yeah, he did not withhold affection. He also did not, he was not selfish, if you know what I mean. Because guys can be very selfish, if you know what I mean, in certain regards. Like, he out here, like, making like Sonic the Hedgehog. Don't nobody know what you're in a rush for, like what's going on. Yeah, boy, we've got all night. Like, why are you rushing? He wasn't selfish that way. My exes were selfish. They didn't even care if I got to where I needed to get, type thing. And that was refreshing for me. Man, it was selfish, and it was the first time that I ever, I guess, witnessed or saw that in a guy. That's when I found out that, oh, so they can wait. So it is possible to hold it until the woman is done. Is that, oh, so it's possible. I only discovered that it was possible with him. Everybody else was Sonic the Hedgehog. Everybody else was trying to basically finish the race. Well, before even the fire gun, was shot in the sky. And that for me was like, yes, and I have everything I need, Lana. I guess that's one of the biggest reasons why you stick around in a relationship, right? He didn't withhold affection. He wasn't selfish in that other regard, type establishment thing. He helped me discover that all the other guys, it's not like they can't hold it. They can wait for a woman to get to where she needs to get. He was attentive, like I said. We used to talk a lot, and we spent all our time together, and we never got bored of each other, like ever. And because we used to spend all of our time together, as the tangling of my hair, y'all, because we used to spend all of our time together, his friends, I believe, also got irritated with that. Why? Because long story short, we don't have each other's backs as black women. Let's just put that out there. It's clear. Go obvious. Asnandaba with each other. Chickies, black women don't care about each other. Like, they just don't. They don't have each other's backs at all. So when we know middies, like when we know the main chicks, the ride or dies of guys, we didn't protect them in the presence of their side pieces. And I met during the time when I was dating my ex more side pieces than I was comfortable to confess. Why? Because I knew the middies. And I went everywhere with my ex-boyfriend. The two of us were always together. Do you understand? And my ex also did not want to, I guess, separate from me. Like, he was not even trying to hide to his friends that Karabo's coming with, or who you with. Like, everywhere we went, we were together. Like, we just never separated. We were inseparable lovers. We were inseparable. And he didn't, initially, I guess it didn't appear as if though he had any qualms with that inseparability. Because we were tight and we worked together like a well-oiled machine to make this thing work, because, Sway too was struggling. But there came a time when I stopped struggling and he was still struggling. Like, when a guy is just not trying to grow. And I blame Abangan back. It's like, dudes, you saw met a woman that basically pushed him in a way that all of y'all didn't as friends. Why didn't any of y'all take him under your wing and basically tutor him or train him up or even teach him how to drive? How are you gonna just let your boy drive? How are you gonna just let that happen? You're not good friends. And so when a woman walks up and upscales the dude, partner, let me upgrade ya. I was not his mom or his teacher. I was his helper. Like, yeah, when the Lord makes people meet when they're still really young, and then somehow the pairing just makes so much sense that one day, because the Lord obviously brought them together, they end up turning to Christ together, and then they end up like a married couple that love the Lord. That could have happened with my ex and I, because I was literally like a helper suitable to that guy. And the Lord saw that all the men in his life are neglecting him. This guy needs a bolster and a boost. He needs somebody to help him see Uguti Grandshap. You can't just stick around in this mold as a man. Later on in life, because all your boys are gonna have progressed. Why are they not helping you along? Why are they not opening your eyes? Why are they letting you stay stuck in this green that you are in? You're not in healthy spaces. So that is gonna love you enough to open your eyes so that you can go into the man you're supposed to be. That once you are that man, I then can use you mightily for my kingdom. Except he rejected the kingdom. That's what's good. Yeah, we met at a time when I was young, he was young, none of us knew Christ, and I guess whatever, yeah. And when I came into his life, he was supposed, this dude, to be like, hey Joe, like, nah, it don't get no better. Like, I'm a man, and I've met a woman, and I love her, and she's cool, and she's sticking around, she's ride or die. To me, when no other woman has been ride or die, like even when I try, they just leave me because I'm not next. And Karabo stuck around when I didn't have Jack, and that's actually what made him put his foot down concerning some chick that she was the bane of my existence. He finally married her anyway, but he put his foot down. This chick, just like how I said my ex was good at everything. Women don't know what they want. Okay, they want guys that are gonna be very rich or whatever, provide and all that jazz, and when a guy is like basically shooting a money gun in the sky. They go kind of crazy for him. And when then he starts to wear all these other character flaws, they feel frustrated. They feel frustrated, like when he's not attentive, when he's not loving, when he's basically a moneyed guy that's just hella rude. They get fra. And there was a woman that rejected him precisely because he didn't have much. That kept on, that wanted herself a moneyed oak. She wanted a guy, she wanted a moneyed oakie. And in wanting this money gun of a man, I guess neglected her needs as a woman. The Bible says of men, love your wives the way that Christ loved the church. Precisely because God knows that women need love. Women need love, okay? And if a man is unloving, no man it just doesn't suffice. It doesn't work. I say, no matter, like, women are naive, y'all. It's like a woman, lady, chica, dudette person. And I took that which all these other women rejected. I wanted love, but the guy that I loved, that loved me, didn't have much. And there was a woman that basically passed him up precisely because he had nothing. But like I told you, my ex was good at everything. Like everything except that. And so because he was good at everything except that, these money hungry ladies, it's written in God's word that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and many who have wandered after it have pierced themselves with many pains. There are women who out here in these uneasy streets, okay, will walk away from men they love only because these dudes don't have something, you know, whatever, financially, like all over the show, and then they date guys that have it, that can jet set them across the planet, take them to the moon and back. Yeah, they go for these okies that can take them to the moon and back. And then once they come back from their trip from the moon, when they come back from their moon trip, they then are like, John, let's go for a picnic. And then John is like, for what? Let's like, John, why didn't you call me? What was I supposed to? It's like, what? John, why don't you love me? Tell me, baby. Beyonce. Why don't you love me? Tell me, baby, why don't you love me when I make me so darned easy to love? Yeah, proper. I got movies, I got skill. Ish, I know those are not her lyrics, but you get my point. Yeah, women out here be asking John, why don't you love me? Tell me, baby, why don't you love me when I make me so darned easy to love? They struggle with John when they fail to recognize Uti. There was a John in the past that was loving, but you don't want him because he was not able to provide your expensive lifestyle for you. And there was this like one chick that was like that from his past. She came before I was in the picture, and she experienced, I guess briefly, from my ex, everything that I told you guys, that he was good at everything. And I mean everything except that. So when you experience all that from a man, and then you move over to John, who has the money, but like John the moneyed guy, hey Joe, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he's the Flash. He's the Flash. If you know what I mean. 10 in a minute. You will be frustrated because you're not trying to mess with his ego. You're not trying to mess with this bugger's ego, so you don't want to tell him that, like, I wasn't even done, dude. You will pretend and you will fake it. You will act as if though you are cool because this guy is paying for your rent. He's paying your way. You don't even like him that much, Mara. He's paying your way. And so women who have been with like guys that I guess aren't the Flash, and men that are attentive, men that are not selfish, men, you get my point. Women that have been with men like these and then left them because these guys could not provide, because these guys did not have much. When these guys that don't have much then meet other women, when there is a woman that comes in the future that is willing to be patient with him and ride out those storms and see where we can go, so to build in J Gamva. So you don't have ABC, it's okay, we'll work on it. When the woman is prepared to keep on bid to staying, go town lodge to get basically the tantamount of our own apartment for the weekend type establishment thing. Yeah, when then a woman of this nature comes into John's life, these chicks then start to go kind of crazy on the relationship, on the new relationship. Like, hey, Mara, Chiki, like, I get you were here first, but you don't want him. No, madly. And however, she remembers Uguti. He was good at everything. He was good at everything except that. And so now all she can think about is he's giving her all that attention. He's doing that for her. He's patient for her. He is prepared to do ABC for her. He does not withhold affection from her. He tells her he loves her. He is there like a bear. He is attentive. That's what I'm getting at in every regard. And he's not Sonic the Hedgehog, for crying out loud. And so for those reasons, because we're not dealing with Speedy Gonzalez the Flash, and he's romantic, and he's ABC, even though he doesn't have much in his romance, he can't buy you a diamond ring, but he can buy you flowers, type establishment thing. Look at this hair, y'all. Guys, nna di tsa ka di a hola, a ke tsebe hore ho etsahalang, mara di a hola in a way that I'm making observations. I mean, look, Gav. It's, yeah, now this hair is the Flash. This is the only thing that should be the Flash out here. Nothing else, okay? Anyway, whatever, yeah. So Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic of which she's afraid to highlight, but like you're Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, stop. Take a breather. Take a moment. Figure out what in the world I want. Hey, you women that are married to Sonic the Hedgehogs, how stranded are you? A guy that's 10 in a minute. How do you even make a baby with that speed? Like, y'all married. Men, because they got money, even though they don't make everything else work for you. You will keep on missing your broke ex, dog. Like, it's just that basic. You will keep on missing that dude, that the two of y'all, Mara, everything was running swimmingly, but that's just the problem with fornication. Y'all shouldn't even know how other men perform. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. That's what's out your gone down. So when then you've been with somebody that was attentive, that was calm, that was not Sonic the Hedgehog, that also called you and texted you and was happy to, you know, flail you in front of the world and not hide you and not hide his affections for you and also not hide his affections for you in front of his boys. Type thing. When you've been with a guy like that, but then you walked away because he was not enough. For no other reason than the fact that, man, he didn't have money, he didn't have much, okay? You are going to become a tick. You're going to become a cockroach. You're going to become a peasant. You're going to become a pest, maybe even a peasant in the new relationship. You're going to become a roach in the new relationship. You're gonna be a bother. When boyfriend or the guy that you passed up, you were trying to talk about being together, but you just looked around and you saw because he can't even drive. What am I gonna do with this guy? What am I gonna do with him? Yeah, when then you pass him up for no other reason than that, and then you go on right ahead and you end up with some wealthy men out there that are happy to give you everything that you want on the opposite extreme of the one that you were with. Bayagwas Hlongwane and dine you and take you on overseas trips and what have you. Yeah, you are going to become a pest in the relationship of the loving guy. You're gonna become tswiri kwa no piri piri. Ijafela modoho. That's, you're gonna be annoying. And I had that with some chick that my ex liked. He loved her, but she was like, what you gonna do for me, dude? However, in the run up to her saying, what you gonna do for me, dude, she got to, I guess, experience my ex for 5 seconds, and that 5 seconds was just so eventful that she then could not, I guess, stop but think about him with me, doing all that for me, with me having no qualms with it. It makes a person recognize their own character flaws to a point now where you're going to become, like I said, it's a fly in somebody's relationship. Let's move to the next part.